Hello everyone, back again for another Talk Live. I know, no promo, no nothing. I just wanted to come on and join with you. I usually come on at 5 o'clock, but this time I came on at 6 o'clock. And yeah, just wanted to vibe with you. I hope you're having a great weekend, as I am. Yesterday was a pretty darn good day. Went to a nice boat ride. Yeah, boat ride at the end of the day. And yeah, that was really cool. I enjoyed myself. But today on Talk Live, I thought I'd talk about the NFL. Actually, I thought I'd go a little sports talk with you today, as the NFL is indeed back. You know, and it's proving to be live, a real live wire of performance for the league. Actually, yes, it has its racial troubles and issues. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Of course, they could do much more in terms of black management, in terms of black management hiring, black coach hiring, and you know, it would be great to see everyone. Yeah, you know, a lot more black management being hired and such, but you know, on such a tremendous, well, it is a better day now, because earlier it was there were a few showers to begin the day, and yeah, that was a bit raining. But again, I thought I'd talk about the NFL with you. If there are any NFL fans out there, do let me know. And I just want to run down some of the early results from the league, as it has just started last week. My team in the NFL are the Buffalo Bills. I have been a Bills fan, I would say, since '89, so that's going back a ways. But just before their Super Bowl runs and such. But right now, you know, they're in the middle of a renaissance. They're in the middle of a upturn in form. To a point where they'll be considered Super Bowl champions, you know what I mean? So I'm very excited about that. Very excited to see Buffalo back in the big time, and back, you know, running teams, and you know, potentially having a Super Bowl finally come Buffalo's way. And you know, I'm excited about the league. I'm excited about the team, and yeah, I'm looking forward to what can be. At the end of the day. But they had a very good win against the LA Rams last week, the Super Bowl champs from last year. They had a very big win, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And you know, it could have been a situation where it was worse than the 33-10 that was touted in the game itself. I really enjoyed that, and enjoyed the whole week leading up to it, and everybody telling us, "Oh, we're Super Bowl, you're Super Bowl contenders." But again, it's a long season, and we'll see how it goes. But again, you know, I haven't seen a Bills team look this good in years, literally years. And you know, I'm looking to. Yeah, I think I saw a squirrel there building a house or something like that. But yeah, I'm looking to see them produce and to, you know, build on their success, which I am hopeful for in the immediate future. But again, I just want to run down. You know, listen, they're stacked on offense and defense. But again, I want to just run around the league, and because I know my Bills are, you know, I think going. I could see them going 17 weeks in season. I can see them going 15-2. I can see them going 14-3 this year. I really can. There may be a game here, a game there lost, but I don't see them losing momentum. I see them being the top seed in the AFC. If you ask me, top seed in the AFC. And if the road to the Super Bowl runs through Buffalo, that's a problem for the rest of the league, because they don't like going to. They don't like going to. I was just receiving a phone call here. Well, we're just going to have to let that go just a little while. We'll call them back. But again, but yeah, I just want to run through some of these highlights here, because again, I could talk about the Bills all day. And hey, quite simply, we'll run back to them at the end of the day, because they are my Super Bowl pick in terms of the AFC. Going to the NFC, going to the rest of these teams, the Titans, the Titans who we face off with this week, they are heading to Buffalo. That's our next opponent. The Titans are always a dangerous team with Derrick Henry on their side, but will they have enough to beat the Bills last week? I mean, they suffered a surprising loss to the Giants last week, and our former offensive coordinator Brian Daboll, he was masterful in his performance last week, and he's going to do big things in New York. And New York are very lucky to have a guy like Brian Daboll. He's an excellent coach. He knows this league inside and out, and he's an excellent coordinator. And with the combinations that they have over there, I think they're going to do very, very well with him. And you're welcome, New York. You're welcome, New Jersey. Yes, to Brian Daboll, because he's been an excellent coordinator, one of the best in the league. And I'm hopeful that that they have a great season. So we're gonna get into the Titans, and they've had. I mean, Derrick Henry's an excellent player. They still have a staunch defense, and still they can still put in work. Their offense is a bit it still has Derrick Henry, but they lost a few big guys in their offense and in terms of their wide receiver core. But they're still a dangerous team. They're still a very, very dangerous team. They're 0-1 this week. It's going to be they're going to try and run the ball down our throats with Derrick Henry, who is all-world running back, and he will indeed be a threat to us this year. But I do not see them walking into Orchard Park, into One Bills Drive, and getting a win this week. I really don't. I just don't. So I am calling for a Bills win this week. But again, the Titans are going to be a very good team nonetheless this year. I see them going. They're going to be in double-digit wins, and they're gonna take a few scalps over time. But again, it's still a very good team. But are they Super Bowl contenders like they were in the last couple of years? Probably not. I think they're taking a step back, especially when they're with regards to their offensive core, and they will not themselves be the title contenders they were in the last couple of years. But going on through other teams within the league, especially AFC, we're looking at the Chargers here. The Chargers, they are a interesting team to say the least. A very good offense, an okay defense. They will, but are they going to challenge? I mean, and they play in a very, very tough AFC West, which I feel is the toughest in football. When you think the Chargers, the Raiders, and also Kansas City plays in that division. Also Denver play in that division. So it's a very tough division in which to play in. But again, and they're going to be taking scalps off each other. So do I see much of the Chargers this year? I mean, they should be able to get a win or two out of there. I see them being a double-digit winning team. But again, do I see them really causing a ruckus and really, making a way to the AFC Championship this year and be one of the AFC contenders? I really don't think so. I think they got a few more areas in which to improve, and from that, they should. They should be a playoff team, but I don't know if they're going to be a contending team. That's another thing. Contenders in the AFC. I think that that division that they're in is going to be a tough division to get out of. I think they're going to be the second best team in that division. But in terms of being Super Bowl contenders, I very much doubt that. I think there's a little more maturity on their end, and they're in a building of a cycle right now. They're not at the zenith of it right now like the Bills are, but they are on the way up. And that should be commended, and they should do better going forward in the coming years. In the coming years to becoming a Super Bowl contender, I would say in the next couple of years. Going next to the Chiefs. The Chiefs again. They lose the cheetah at running back, but they keep on rolling. Pat Mahomes has got an excellent team over there, and it's. Hey, let's face facts. These guys are still, I would say, one of the best, if not the best, team in the AFC. They keep doing it every year. As long as you have Patty Mahomes, you will travel. As long as you have Travis Kelce over there, you will travel. As long as you have the coaching staff that you have over there, it's a no-brainer, guys. These guys are going to be one of those contenders for the Super Bowl this year, as always. And you know, they're a dangerous team. They have a good defense. They have a great offense, and quite simply, you know, it's one of those teams in the AFC. I would say one of 3 or 4 AFC teams that can go to the Super Bowl without question. And you'll see them in January, and it's going to be tough, especially for the Bills to beat the Chiefs. And I think, you know, what's going to be key there is going to be home field advantage. Even though they lost to the Bengals in the AFC Championship last year, nobody wants to go to Kansas City, especially in January. So it is imperative that the Bills, you know, move a bit differently and try to get that home field advantage, because the Chiefs are an amazing team and still are, and still are up to it, and still ready to do it for the foreseeable future. And I see them being an AFC contender. They're again 2-0 so to start this year. So, you know, I expect at least 13 to 14 wins to you guys. I expect us and the Chiefs to contend for top seed in the AFC and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And you know, I think it's imperative that the Bills keep on winning to beat a team like the Chiefs, because they are a outstanding side. Moving on to the Patriots. The Patriots are totally away from the glory days of you know, their 6 Super Bowls. And you know, even though they still have Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time, it's they don't have the tools necessary to, you know, mount any Super Bowl charge this year. I think it's a rebuilding year. I think it's a time where they are taking stock and trying to you know, be of a playoff status, let alone a Super Bowl status right now. They're 1-1 at the moment. I think Bill has you know, understands his group, and he with Matt Jones and et al., and understands that this is a team that is taking a step back and is in a rebuild mode. So it's gonna take some time for them to, you know, see some success. So you have to give them the opportunity to do that. You have to give them the opportunity to rise above, and it should you know, they should be given some patience and given some grace, because again, there's no Tom Brady anymore there. There aren't you know, the defensive core, although good, isn't as great as it once was. The offensive line, although good, is not as great as it once was. And you know, it's going to be a little bit of time for them to you know, get themselves reorganized and available. Thank you. I'll just pick my hair out there for a bit, and do what's necessary in order for them to you know, build that attack you know, back to its once mighty status. So you got to give the Patriots a bit of grace, a bit of patience. Do I see a threat from the Bills? Do they pose a threat to the Bills? Yes, to a certain extent. I think Bill has a very good Patriots have a very good history against the Bills, and you know, a win or two is not out of the question, but not with this team, not where the Bills are right now. So you know, right now you know, I expect an 8-8, you know, a 9-8, you know, 8-9, you know, maybe 10-7. I wouldn't say 10-7. I would say 9-8, 10-7 is not out of the question. But I think it's that, you know, they're out in the first round, or they're in the wild card game. They're out in the wild card game. They're not going to be a Super Bowl contender right now, and they realize that. So it's just a matter of rebuilding with a new quarterback, and with Bill trying to bring them back to Super Bowl status. But right now, that is long in the offing. We're off to with the Steelers. The Steelers are an interesting team. I mean, they lost today to the Patriots, so they're 1-1 right now. But again, the Steelers always have a great team. I mean, their defense has always been good. It's just that with this team, it's a case of it's an offense that is on and off. I mean, you have some good players over there, I don't know if you have a franchise quarterback in Mitch Trubisky. However, it's a case of, you never know on the day what the Steelers will bring. Sometimes they'll play like world champs. Sometimes they'll play like world chumps. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get with the Steelers. So it's a case of, just moving this a little bit there. It's a case of whether the Steelers attack will be good enough to help. If the Steelers attack is going to be good enough for the long season. If their defense is always good. Can they carry a team? I very much doubt it. Sorry. Long day, but long relaxing day to be fair. But can the Steelers really attack? To a point where they're going to win Super Bowls. They're going to listen. The Steelers are a crazy team. They'll win games that they shouldn't win, or they'll lose games that they should win, and that's what you're going to get from the Steelers. So the Steelers are, I would say, 8, 9, 10 win team. Other than that, I don't see much happening from there. They'll be fighting for a playoff spot. They'll be fighting for a wild card spot. They'll be one of those teams in around that area. But do I see big things? Super Bowl win from this team? Probably not. I think the team is a little too disjointed. I think one thing they need to do right now is draft for a franchise quarterback. They had Roethlisberger for years. He won a couple Super Bowls. But they need to build a team around a quarterback in which they believe in. So they need to go there and do that. Draft themselves a good quarterback. They're trying with Trubisky, but I don't see him having much of a future there. They have A.J. Watt there, who's a superstar on defense, a superstar player, but he's injured currently. They have Cameron Hayward. He is an excellent defensive tackle. I mean, they have great positional players. Even my Canadian dude. Smells good around here. Or smells like something anyway. But the Steelers I see as an 8, 9, 10 win team, but try to get in a playoff spot. Other than that, I don't see much happening in that department, and so we'll leave it at that for them. But the Steelers, they're a contending team. But what are you going to do? Off to the Panthers. Now the Panthers, are a team that, flatters to deceive. Let's say that. The Panthers are a team. They're 0-2 at the moment, which is unsurprising. I don't think they have McCaffrey. They now have what's it now? Somebody can get me in the chat on that. Their quarterback. They have from the Cleveland Browns there. The Panthers are a team that is quite simply, are they good in any area? Is there any great part? The only thing that they have going for them is McCaffrey, and I don't know if he's going to be staying there for long, especially when he hits free agency. But the Panthers are a team that once were a Super Bowl contending squad. They went to Super Bowl not too long ago, but right now is a team that isn't contending. They're literally at the bottom of the NFC. They aren't, pulling weight anymore. They're trying to build a team around. What's his name? God, I'm trying to find this out. Just one second. I'm trying to find. Yes, indeed, we are back live. We're just talking about the NFL, ladies and gentlemen, and we're just rounding up on the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are a team that. The Cleveland Browns. We're talking about the Carolina Panthers. Thank you. The Carolina Panthers. They had Baker Mayfield for a while. Every time I say Baker Mayfield, I think Cleveland Browns, but it's actually he's playing for the Panthers. The Panthers, even with Baker Mayfield, are not a very good team. Plain and simple, they're not a very good team, and they are a team that I do not see as being a threat anywhere really. I think they're in a rebuilding stage. I think they're trying to build an offense around Baker Mayfield. But does Baker Mayfield strike fear in my heart? No. He'll have some great wins. He'll have some not so great wins. But is he an elite quarterback? No, he's not. Sorry, he's not. He's not an elite quarterback. Not an elite quarterback to me. I think he's not a Josh Allen. He's not a Tom Brady. He's not a Patrick Mahomes. He's not of that elite caliber. And if you don't have an elite quarterback in this league, you're not going to do much in this league. And I don't think the Carolina Panthers are going to do much in this league. I don't think their defense is okay, but not great. Their offense is okay, but not great. And to be fair, sorry Panthers fans, but if you are watching, but they don't mean they're not going to do well this year. Let's say that they are lucky to get. They'll be lucky to have an over 500 record, let alone to be in any playoff contention. So I don't hold out much hope for the Carolina Panthers. And I think it's definitely a rebuilding year. It is definitely a time where they have to take stock and I think rebuild. I think draft a new quarterback if Baker Mayfield experiment fails and they start again. But they are going to be in the NFL wilderness for a while before you're going to see something out of them. Back onto it, we are going to the Giants, who are 2-0. This is one of the surprise teams of the early season. The New York Giants. As I was talking to before, they had taken a huge scalp off the Tennessee Titans last week. They won again today. They're 2-0. Again, they've taken the Bills OC Brian Daboll, and he's gone over there with Saquon Barkley and Brian Jones, and he's done very, very well for himself. He's got a team believing in themselves. They're playing within themselves, and I like what I see from them. I really do. I think they're going to be one of the surprise teams in the NFL this season, without question. Can I see them get into the playoffs? Maybe, if they keep this run together. I mean, they have an easier schedule to begin this season. So I don't see them out of the question of being 4-0. But they're going to take some tough hits. They're going to take some tough losses because they're an inexperienced team. But, can they contend for a playoff spot? Absolutely. I think they're on the way to something. But again, that's what happens when you get a good coach in there and a good team environment, and he's building it step by step, brick by brick. And I am very surprised, very pleasantly surprised by the New York Giants. Very, very pleasantly surprised. So, to those Giants fans that are out there, you have a good team there. You really do. But it took the coaching in order to make it so. I think without Brian Daboll this year, I could see them being, a 3 or 4 win team. But now with Brian Daboll there, they could bow for a wild card spot if given the opportunity. I think he's given them an additional 3 to 4 wins. No question about that. And I think it's they're moving towards playoff contention, and I'm very impressed with them. So shout out to the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants team. They are built. They are ready to go in for 2022-23. And for years and beyond. And I think with Brian Daboll there, they have a really good chance. Saquon Barkley is an all-world running back. It's too bad he's been injured the last couple of years for people to see that, but they're going to see it, and once they do see it, they're going to be very, very pleasantly surprised. So do look out for that as well, and do look out for that. But the New York Football Giants are a team to watch this year, definitely a team to watch, and I'm very much impressed with what they're doing over there, and hopefully it goes well for them. Anyways, off to the New York Jets. They're crosstown rivals. They're the team to which they share a facility, the MetLife Center. I don't see a lot of things happening with the Jets. Let's face facts. They're in the Bills division. I mean, they're 1-1 thus far. Let's face facts. They're 1-1 thus far. They had a big win today against the Browns. Today, but do I see a lot coming from them this season? No, not really. I think below average offense, below average defense, they're a below average team. There you go. That's New York Jets. I cannot see them moving anywhere near to playoff contention this year. I think this is a definitely rebuilding year, and with their rookie quarterback. And, it's a time where they're going to take their lumps. They're going to take a lot of lumps. And they've taken a lot of lumps over the years. But they keep continuing to take a lot of lumps until they get their stuff together, to be fair and frank. Okay? So we have to allow that process to happen. And once it does, hopefully it matures to, something that can contend with us Bills over time. But do I see them really moving things forward over there in New York? Not really. I see a 4 or 5 win team. That's it. What can I say? Can't state it enough. And if they get into playoff contention, so be it. But I don't see I don't expect a lot from them this year. I don't. I just don't. I don't. And if I'm drawing a blank as to any players that are out of there, there's a reason for that, because a lot of them proving to be forgettable at this point in time, and not a lot of people are talking about them because there's not a lot to be talked about. So there it is. So I see a 3 or 4 win team from time to time, and I don't see a lot from the Jets this year. Going to the Browns. The Browns are an interesting team. They're 1-1 thus far this season. They lost to the Jets today, but something actually does smell good around here. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. The Jets. Yes. No, the Browns. There you go. The Browns are a team that I cannot see much happening for them. I mean, they have Deshaun Watson and his cloud of controversy hanging over them. But again, they're a team that is willing to wait in the wings for him. I think he's on a 6-match. Is it 11 match? 6-game ban. Sorry. Lazy day today. He's on a 11-game ban by the league for his sexual assault controversy and fiasco, and he's been fined a good sum of money. But again, the league has it so that they the Browns have it so that they're paying him $1 million this year, and then $45 million the next, I believe, 4 to 5 years. So they've realized that this suspension was coming, and they aren't going to pay him much for this year. But in the coming years, he'll be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, which is staggering for a player who, showed initial promise in Houston, but hasn't shown much since. So that's their issue. But again, I would say with that, it's a case of the Browns. They're 1-1 right now. They have Jacoby Brissett, I believe, as their quarterback at the moment, and he's an okay quarterback. He's all right, but other than that, I cannot see much from the happening with the Browns. I mean, they have an excellent. I think they have an excellent defensive line. I think they're coming together with that. Their offense, of course, okay at best. It's league average. But do I see much from happening with them this year? Not really. I don't see them as a playoff team this year. Quite simply, I do not. I don't think. I think they're gonna have to wait for Deshaun Watson and for him to grow into the team, mature, and hopefully make them a playoff contending team. He is a dynamic talent. However, he hasn't shown it the last couple of years because he's either injured or he's in a hotbed of hot water. So it remains to be seen what they can do. But they do have on paper a good quarterback. It's just a matter of him putting up in the games. What do I see from them? I see them being a 5 to 6 win team. I think they'll miss out on the playoffs this year. I wouldn't say only just. I think it's strictly justified. I think they aren't a contending team at the moment, and and we'll have to wait till Sean arrives for them to really make an impact on this league. Because without a quarterback, you can't really win in this league. To be fair and frank, and that's why all MVPs tend to be quarterbacks because quarterbacks drive the league. Simple as that. So, yeah, 5 to 6 win team. Not much happening with them. We're going with the Jaguars. The Jaguars are 1-1 this season. Again, I think they're improving with the quarterback Lawrence, and they're starting to draft well, starting to improve the team slowly but surely. But are they a team that's going to bring a lot of heat this year? Probably not. Probably not. I think they're I know, a 4 to 5 win team. They're going to surprise some, but they won't surprise many. They're a team on the come up. They're a team that's slowly building, but to see something substantial from them this year would be an issue. So I agree that. Hello, Chanel. How are you? We are talking NFL today. We're going the sports route today, so nothing of a controversial route on Talk Talk Live. Just a reminder, Talk Talk Live will be back on Tuesday with Goldrenarm, as he has a topic for you at 8 p.m. Tuesday nights. And then Thursday night, we are back on Talk Talk Live. And we are going to, we just discussed the monarchy, the royal family. That's available on Talk Talk Live. Today's Talk Talk Extra. That's available on Talk Talk Live on our website, on live on YouTube. It was only on IG this week. We are amending our services to serve you better. We're on our technological system to serve you better, and we'll be back on Thursday night, 8 p.m. with another hot topic for you. But Goldrenarm will be back on Tuesday night with a discussion point. I think last week he was talking about, is it the X and O's and shoes and toes and such? But it is. Go to the name. The point escapes me for the moment. But Talk Live will be back on Thursday night, Tuesday night with Goldrenarm. He's going to have a good topic for you guys to discuss, and yes, looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to it. Okay, but back to the NFL. Let's see, the Colts. 1-1. Yes, they've already had a draw. They've already had a tie in this season, and it was with the Colts. So they've got a good, solid quarterback in Matt Ryan. They have some good, solid players over there. Are they a player of contender? Yes, they are. The Colts, especially with the running back that they have over there, who is, I think, all-world. Was it Tarker? Yes. But their running back over there is all-world, and they should be a shoo-in for the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to do any much damage. I think they have a pretty good defense over there. And I think they're a very solid team, very, very solid team. And where do I see in terms of win total? I see them 9 to 10 wins. I can't see them making 9 to 10 wins. I think they're going to be contending. Will they contend for top spot? I don't think they're an elite team, but they're a very good team. The Colts, and I can see another. I say 9 to 10 wins out of them, easy. They should be a Super Bowl contending team. And they should be able to bring forth at least a playoff win over there. I see that, but in terms of the rest of the playoffs, they will contend for the playoffs in the playoffs. But in terms of being a Super Bowl contender, that's going to be by hook or by crook. That's going to be by any means, I say. I think, but again, they have a solid quarterback. They have a solid offensive line, solid offense, period. Taylor's his name. That's what I name. That's the running back, I believe, yes. He ran roughshod over the Bills last year. I think he totally dominated us last week. And quite simply, something does smell good. Man, they got like burgers are going on over here somewhere, I think. Oh, yeah. It really is nice. Good smell. Anyways, so again, we are, so that will, hello, Marcia. So again, with regards to the Colts, definitely a playoff contending team. They're all 1-1, but I see them righting the ship. I see them being a 10 to 15 win team, and them moving on, getting a win in the playoffs, and potentially moving on, but I don't see them moving past maybe the first or second rounds, or to the championship game. So I'll leave it at that. But they're a good team. The Colts are definitely a good team. Moving on to the Dolphins. Dolphins are in a bit of a transition. They have Tagovailoa, I believe. The Dolphins are, in my estimation, a pretty solid team. They have a pretty consistent offense. Their defense is a little bit better this year. Now they have the Cheetah over there. He's definitely raised the expectation of the offense. And I see the Dolphins being a solid. I mean, they'll be battling for a wild card spot. I see them as an 8 to 9 win team. Let's face facts. I will. I'd be very surprised if they're lower than that. Maybe they'll, a minimum 7. I say minimum 7 wins they'll have this year. And they will, contend for a wild card spot. They're going to try and push for it. If everything falls their way, the chips fall, I don't think they'll be expected for 7 to 9 wins, but they can get there, and if they do get into the playoffs, I think they're a one-and-done team, but it's all about improvement for them. And I think with a quarterback who's been in the league for a couple of years, that's all you can ask for. And they should, I repeat, should be able to get in to make it, quite interesting in the AFC East. But do I expect much from them? I mean, listen, to be fair and frank, I don't expect much from the rest of the teams in the AFC. I think it's a cakewalk for us, both home and away for these guys, for the Bills against the likes of the Patriots, the Jets, and the Dolphins. To be fair and frank, I don't see any of those. The closest to 500 and above team within that division will probably be the Patriots. Then come the Dolphins. Then come the Jets. But getting back to the Dolphins, I see them being a 5-6 win team at best. Really, I really don't see anything else from them. But they're a team on the rise. They're a team that's improving. They have their new coach over there, who was the former coordinator in San Francisco. I think it's McCormack or McDonald or McCormick or something. It was some Mick, but not being insulting, please. No offense, please. But they are, yeah, I'd say 5-6 wins. 6 to 7. I would say 7 wins. I would say 7 wins minimum. They'll contend for a wild card spot. They may surprise a few people, but in terms of overall, I really don't see them doing much damage in the AFC, in the AFC East, and they will, if they don't make the playoffs, I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs. I don't see it. I really don't see it. I see 5 to 7 wins tops. Let me just say that. In terms of the Ravens are 1-1 this year. Good team. They've always, with Jackson, you always have an exciting team. It's an exciting team to watch for the most part. They are an AFC playoff certified team. It's a question as if Jackson can be a quarterback this year. I mean, they mostly have to rely on his legs over time, but this year, can he be the one to? Excuse me. Can he be the one to bring them to an AFC Championship game? It's gonna be tough. He did win MVP one year, but that was clearly off his legs in spectacular play. But there are better quarterbacks in the AFC. There are better teams in the AFC. The Ravens have to fall a lot. Things have to fall their way for the Ravens to get to the Super Bowl. Let's say that. And I do not see it happening for them. I think they're a 9 to 10 win team. Yes, guaranteed they'll finish over 500 without question. They have a very good team, solid team. Always have a good defense. Offense is okay, but is driven through through Jackson. If he goes down injured, it's a problem. It's a huge problem, as it would be for any team, but definitely for in the Ravens' respect. And I see them, winning 9 to 10 wins and being in the AFC playoff hunt. In the AFC playoffs, but getting to a championship game, getting to a Super Bowl, I really don't see it. Especially if they're on the road. I think they'll have to have a superior record at home in order for them to push on and into a playoff, into the championship round, if not into title-winning contention. But, stranger things have happened. But they are a playoff team, definitely. So, team to look out for. Getting to the NFC now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, you have Tom Brady. We'll travel. And to be fair, he's he's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT. And if you have the GOAT on your team, you always have a chance of winning the Super Bowl. And they are. They are an excellent team. Offense, defense, special teams, all over the map. This is a 13 to 14 win team without question, with Tom Brady there. And he just outthinks the game. He really does. He's just even though his skills aren't as and his physical capabilities aren't as great as they once were, he outthinks everybody. He just does. And so Tom Brady, alone can make a team a 9 to 10 game winning team. He's a fantastic competitor. And the Bucs are are a great team, both in all facets in terms of offense, defense, special teams. They have a new coach there, who was who was with the Jets and with he was a Jets head coach for a long time there, and he's doing it. Listen, it's a similar formula. You run a lot of play action. They have very good running backs over there in terms of. You have very good quarterback over there. You have a very good running team. You have a very good offensive line. It's I don't see them not losing less than winning. I would say winning more. Well, they'll win about 12 to 14 games this year. That's just it. They're just a great team. And are they Super Bowl contender? Absolutely, they are. But can they win a Super Bowl? It's not out of the question when you have Tom Brady there. Yeah. And I think it's his final year, so he really wants to get it done, get his 8th Super Bowl, which is out. He has more Super Bowls than most teams have Super Bowls, which is stunning, which is absolutely stunning. Tom Brady in and of himself, you understand? So he's the GOAT for a reason. And Super Bowl winning team, contending team again. So look out for them. Just look out for them, guys. So moving on to the Saints. Saints are 1-1 today. Lost to the Bucs today. The Saints, they lost their coach Sean Payton. They are in a new mode in terms of their quarterback. They have now my old quarterback from the Bucs there, and he will put them in playoff contention. The Saints, the Saints are a very well-skilled, well-drilled team. It's just they're always missing something. They may have great offensive players, but in Kamara as well, and Johnson, but they don't have their defense is suspect. And there is always missing something. I think that's the reason why Sean Payton left and just, got himself a broadcasting gig, because, I don't think he can move them forward. And the rebuild there was, I think, a bit too much at this point in time. They needed somebody younger, a fresher mind who was willing to undertake another 5 years of underperformance. And that's what I see from the Bucs. They're going to underperform. They're going to be a 8 to 9 win team. They're going to contend maybe for a wild card spot, but they're not going to go further than that. So I think that's the reason why Sean Payton left. And I think that's the reason where the Bucs are right now. They're not a contending team as they once were, especially when they had Drew Brees. When they had Drew Brees, they're always contending for, at least a championship, an NFC championship. In terms of Super Bowl, don't know, but Drew Brees is Drew Brees. He's a Hall of Famer for a reason, and yeah, what do I see from this team? I see an 8 to 9 win team, maybe contending for a wild card spot. That's it. So we're just gonna run through these a little quicker now. The Lions are 1-1. The Lions they're building a nice team over there. They're building a really, really nice team. Listen, damned if I know anybody who plays on the for the Lions. Oh yeah, well you have the quarterback there. Used to be with the Lions, but yes, if anybody could mention that in the comments, please do. But they're not a team that strikes fear in your heart, but you got to bring it on your day, as you do with any NFL team, because anybody can upset anybody on any given day. And that's what I see from this team. I see that it's a team that, quite simply, that will surprise a few people. Will they win a lot of games? They lost a lot of close ones just last year, so yes. I mean, they're a 6 to 7 win team. I mean, they're going to start contending for the wild card this year because they had a lot of good draft. They picked up a lot of talent, and it's time for that talent to show. So I see them being a 5 to 6 win team. This is an improving squad that's going to get better with time, and it will show in the fuller course of things. And yeah, so I say 5, 6, 7 wins. Threatened for a wild card spot, and the good things are happening in Detroit. Let's say that, and you couldn't say that for a long time, but good things are happening in Detroit, and I see them steady improving over the next couple of years to a point where they will get in the playoffs, and they will shock us in terms of, because now they have a good quarterback who is playoff tested and true, and quite simply, he's going to bring them forward even better towards a brighter day, and it should be good to see and wonderful to watch. Anyways, let's talk about the LA Rams quite quickly, because I don't know if it's on my list here, but anyways, LA Rams, Super Bowl contenders. They won today. They are 1-1 after the beatdown last week. But listen, they're a stellar team in most categories. They're going to be a playoff contending team. They have Matthew Stafford, a pretty darn good quarterback, and have a lot of stars in many positions. They're a Super Bowl chance for a reason. So I don't see much of a drop off there. I see them being 10 to 12 winning team, and a 10 to 12 game winning team, and they're going to contend for the NFC spot. I don't think them being as good as the Bucs, but and it was a magical run for them to get to the playoffs. I think it was made quite simply because of the fact that it was made because of the fact that they got some great acquisitions, especially Odell Beckham Jr. and let me see, number 40 Von Miller. And making them Super Bowl contenders, and winning the Super Bowl eventually in their home building. So it worked out well for the Cronkies, but this year I see them as a contending team. Are they as good as the Bucs? I don't think so, but don't be surprised if they're in the Super Bowl again. I wouldn't be. There's not a lot of contenders for a Super Bowl in the NFC outright. It's not much as much as a dogfight as it is in the AFC, and so don't be surprised they get to the Super Bowl. But then again, don't be surprised if they end up with going out the first round, second round, because that's it. They have it in them. They just went on a magical run last year, won the Super Bowl, and so anything is possible with them. Definitely anything is possible. But they're a playoff team. Let's go without question. Are they a championship winning playoff contending team? Yes, they are. So expect the unexpected from the LA Rams. Moving on, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. With Carr, with now, what's it now? Their offense, they have always, put in a good show, put in a good mention for themselves, and their defense is okay. It's not great, but Can I see them Can I see them moving forward in the AFC? They'll be okay. They'll be all right. They'll be contending. They will contend for a playoff spot. They did last year. I see them doing it again. I see them taking a step forward. Are they one of the elite teams in the AFC? No. Are they the Chiefs? No. Are they the Bills? No. So they will be a 8 to 10 win team. 8 to 10? Yeah, I would say 10. I would border on 9 to 10 win team. And they will contend they will get in the playoffs. Yes, I believe so. But will they contend for a championship game, if not a Super Bowl game? I don't think so. I really don't. I don't see it. Did they pose a threat to the Bills? No, I don't think so. Did they pose a threat to the Chiefs overall? No, I don't think so. They may get a game off them, but then they'll have to go to to Kansas City, to Arrowhead Stadium. It's fait accompli. There you go. So, Raiders, playoff team, yes. Contending team, no. There you go. Texans. Oh, the tire fire that is the Texans. Although they were leading, and they're 1-0. They started. They got themselves a win last week. So, they're a team that definitely is on the downslide. They are rebuilding, quite simply. They've had a whole mess. They made a whole mess of themselves the last couple of weeks, and not as much as expected of them. They are maybe a 3, 4, 5 game winning team. That's it. We won't see much. We won't see much of them. We won't see much of them this time round. Hello, Narissa. We're just talking the NFL today here on Talk Live on IG. Again, my man Goldrenarm will be back on Tuesday night, and we'll be back with a full show, hopefully, fingers crossed, on IG and YouTube Thursday night. But definitely going on IG on Thursday night. So, we are we are back with the Texans. So, not much from the Texans. Seriously, not much. I don't see much happening from them. 3 to 5 wins, if that. They're cellar dwellers in the. Is there? I think they're an NFC team. Yes, I don't even know what. Such are the Texans that I don't even know what conference they're in. That's insulting to Texans fans. Yes, but they're bad. They're really bad, and you know it. So let's move on with that. Anyways, Bengals 0-2. I think, surprise story of this year. They are 0-2 to begin this season, and they were the AFC representative for the Super Bowl last year. Now, they have a very good team over there. Very, very good team. It's just that, I don't know, things went totally awry last week. I don't know what happened there. It was, field goal gate. I don't know. Everybody was missing at the time. So they missed that, and then today they stunk out the joint again. So they're 0-2, but again, it's not the end of the world for I think they're one of the better teams in the AFC. So I now hold out all hope that they will win. They will win eventually, and they'll get hot, and they will get in the playoffs. But will they make it back to the Super Bowl? Probably not. Probably not. They shouldn't have made it last year if it wasn't for a coin toss, but I don't see, they are a playoff contending team, yes. Are they a Super Bowl winning team right now? No. They got lucky last year. Well, I wouldn't say lucky last year. They played a hell of a game against Kansas City, but that's what can happen on one day. But I see them winning a playoff round or two, but do I see them winning Super Bowl? No. I think they are, they arrived early last year. They're still a steady maturation process. They have, good talent over there. But do I see them winning Super Bowl? Nah. Not really. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening at all. They should. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Yes. So, again, I do not see the Bengals. The Bengals will win, guaranteed, about 10-12 this year. They'll win that. They'll win that. Even though they started 0-2, they will get hot. They will get their act together, and they will be a playoff contending team. Especially in the AFC. Are they a Super Bowl contending team? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I don't see them being better than the Bills or the Chiefs this year. The Chiefs will not get fooled again. The Bills are just a better team. But again, it's early in their maturation process. They have a rookie quarterback, and he's going to build slowly, and they'll get better with time. So they'll be around for a while here. Those Bengals are going to be around for a while. The Bears 1-0, good win last week in the rain. They have a game tonight, being Sunday. If you're watching us on Talk Live, and they will come back. They will come back. They will do their thing, and quite simply put, they will be in contention next year. They will be in contention, maybe for a wild card spot. Depends on how Justin Fields does as a quarterback, but I don't see much happening with them. Maybe a 5-8 winning team. They're not gonna really, cause a lot of waves, but they're a team on the rise. They're a team that's, slowly building. They're sort of similar. Who are they similar to? They're sort of similar to the Lions. They have Cooper Kupp. That's the name. Because of, was it Cooper Kupp? Is it Cooper Kupp? Is it Cooper? Yeah, I think it's Cooper Kupp. No. Cooper Kupp's the Rams wide receiver, right? I believe so. Yes, I think Cooper Kupp's the Rams wide receiver. I keep forgetting that name of that quarterback in Detroit. But they don't have him. And if they don't have him, then they're going to be battling out for a wild card spot. But everybody's worse than the Packers, who I'll go on to explain next. The Packers, listen, you have Aaron Rodgers, will travel. So Aaron Rodgers is still one of the best in the NFL. He still has miles to go in the tank, and he's just an excellent quarterback. And with an excellent quarterback, you'll go far in this league. So I see the Bears contending for the NFC title, definitely this year. Are they contenders? Absolutely. I see them winning 12 to 14 wins this year. Absolutely, without question. They've started out badly so far. I mean, they were, pretty much embarrassed by the Vikings, who I'll go on to explain about in a minute. But they will be a 12 to 15 win team this year, and will battle it out for the NFC without question. With Aaron Rodgers, will travel, and they have an excellent. They have a pretty darn good defense, pretty good offense, even though they've lost some free agent acquisitions at the time. But hey, they will contend. They will definitely contend. Over to the Vikings, with Cousins over there, with their offensive line and with their defense. Listen, these guys they're going to be contending this year. They always are. They're a playoff team. Yes, they're a 10 to 12 win team, and they will contend this year. They will contend, definitely contend. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl. I don't see them getting out of the NFC, especially with the Bucs and the Packers in their group. But they're going to contend. They are going to contend without question. Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, a 10 to 12 winning team. They have a very good team over there, especially with Patterson and some of their wide receivers over there. They're a very, very good team. They're going to win double digits without question. They're going to be in the playoffs. Yes, they're going to be in contention in the playoffs. But will they get to the NFC Championship? I'll be surprised. They'll win a game. They may win two, but I don't see them winning NFC Championship, let alone getting the Super Bowl. But they're a very good team over there, and on their day they could beat anybody. So. The Vikings have a lot to be excited about over there. The surprise again, everybody's thinking of the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys, America's team, not so much. I mean, they have a tremendous quarterback, but he keeps getting injured. They have, they have good offense, good defense, but you never know what you're going to get on the day. Will it win enough to get in the playoffs? Yes. But are they a Super Bowl contending team like everybody says they are? They aren't. They just aren't. They're not that team. They're not that team. Not in the NFC anyway. They will win 8-10, and then, they'll fly to deceive, and then that'll be that. You know what I mean? So, again, I don't see it from them. I really don't see it. I really don't see it from them, from the Dallas Cowboys. And, 8-10 wins, maybe get in the playoffs. Then they'll stink up the joint. That's the Dallas Cowboys for me. They're far away from the Super Bowl winning teams that they used to have. They're very, very far away. This bird was taken from our little, our little fountain over there. That was very nice. That was very nice of them to do that. Okay, but back to the Cowboys. Don't see a lot from them happening. Anybody else to discuss right now? I'm just naming the team. Let me see. How many seconds I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Am I missing anyone? Hold on. Sorry about that. I am back, and I am live. Sorry about that. Just had to get a few more teams out of the way just quickly before we wrap up here on Talk Talk Extra today. Talk Talk Extra. Again, Talk Talk Extra will be back on Tuesday with Goldrenarm. He'll be back with another show, 8 p.m. on Tuesday night. And then Thursday at 8 p.m., we have our Talk the Talk live with another subject to be discussed, another hot topic to be discussed. Believe me, you won't want to miss it. And we continue. So, quickly running through these. Commanders. We're just going to run through these quickly. Commanders, their defense is great. Their offense isn't. Do I see a lot happening from them? Not really. Although they do have now my quarterback from Philadelphia. And I don't see a lot happening with them, unfortunately. They'll battle out for a wild card spot, but other than that, I don't see much happening with them. Seahawks. Just lost my man Russell Wilson. He's off to Denver. But again, still a very good team. They had a big win last week. A heart-wrenching win against their former quarterback. But again, that was one with heart. But this is not the team that used to be the Legion of Boom way back when. They are going through a rebuild stage. They're going through a little renaissance. I mean, Pete Carroll's still out there, still doing his thing. But are they the contenders they used to be? No. So I see maybe an 8-10 win team. But other than that, they'll contend for a wild card spot. But other than that, I don't see much bang from them. And if they get a home game for a wild card game, so be it. But if they're on the road, they're in trouble. So don't expect much from the Seahawks. Off to the Cardinals. The Cardinals have an excellent quarterback. They are, let me just get his quarterback's name. A very special quarterback in Kyler Murray. And again, I expect big things from Kyler Murray. He's got a very good team in Phoenix, in Arizona, and they're a 10-12 winning team. They will do some damage in the playoffs if given the opportunity, but do I see them? They're contender-ish. They're contender-ish for the in the NFC, but do I see them winning Super Bowl this year? Probably not. Not with you have the likes of the Panthers. I'm sorry, the Panthers. Not the Panthers. With the likes of the Packers. Sorry, the Packers. The 49ers is one of them, which I'll come to a little bit later. And the Bucks. I don't see them doing much more than that. But again, they're a team definitely on the rise, and they will do their thing going forward for the near future anyway. So yes, I expect a 10-12 winning game-winning team, and they'll do some damage. Yes, indeed. All right, Falcons definitely on the downslope, definitely on the downswing. Don't know any players. They've lost their Matt Ryan's or Julio Jones. That team of Super Bowl status the last just only a few years ago. It's only about 3 or 4 years ago they were in the Super Bowl. I don't see them winning more than 4 to 5 games this year. They are going to battle. They're going to be tough. 4 to 5. Well, I would say 5 to 7. I'll give them 5 to 7. But they'll just miss out on a playoff spot, and they are in a rebuilding phase. So we got to give them time to rebuild and grow. Off to the 49ers. The 49ers are definitely a team worth thinking about. You know, they've been to the AFC Championship, NFC Championship game last year. Definitely a contender, even with Garoppolo and their new quarterback who got injured today. And they have weapons on offense, weapons on defense. They have a very good coach in Kyle Shanahan. So again, contender status, yes, absolutely. I see them winning 10 to 12 wins. These guys are, they're going to do their thing. But will they have enough to win the Super Bowl? Maybe. Maybe in the NFC, you may get an upset or two. They may be the NFC representative, but do I see them win the Super Bowl this year? Probably not. They're just 1 or 2 players short, maybe a quarterback short of winning the Super Bowl this year. But we'll see. That remains to be seen. But in terms of a playoff contender, absolutely. In terms of a NFC contender, absolutely. But will they win it? Probably not. Off to the Eagles. The Eagles are going to be a surprise team this year. They're already, I believe, 1-0. They're on their way in 2-0, and they are going to surprise a lot of people this year. They have a very good offensive line. They have a very good quarterback right now. Very good defense, and they're gonna cause some damage this year. 8 to 10 wins this year, yes. Playoff contention, yes. They're not ready for prime time just yet, but they're getting there. They're getting there real quick, and their defense is going to bring them there. I believe Fletcher Cox is still there. He's still a very, very good player on defense, and they have a great defensive line, but their offense needs improvement. And I think in time they will get that improvement, and they will be a contender in a very short time. I would say in the next 1 to 2 years. So look up for them. But they're a team on the rise, the Eagles. And finally, the Kansas City Chiefs. It's Mahomes. Oh, I already talked to the Chiefs. I think I did talk about the Chiefs. So yes. But anyways, I think we talked about the Chiefs a bit earlier. Yes. So overall, NFL, exciting season, yes. I'm looking for my Bills to, praying. I'm looking for my Bills to win it all this year. I've been waiting a long time. I repeat, a long time. 32 years. For some, even longer than that. Some 50 to 60 years for the Bills to win a Super Bowl. And I'm hoping it comes this year because I think Josh Allen, I think we have the team on offense, defense, special teams that is great in all categories. And, we have another big game tomorrow night against the Titans. And, it should make for, we winning Super Bowl this year should, finally put Buffalo on the map in terms of one of the great teams in the NFL. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that day. But with this quarterback, all things are possible. Josh Allen is the real deal, and I'm hopeful that we get to Super Bowl status. But I'm gonna leave you now because I've been here a while, so we're gonna end it here on Talk Extra. But in terms of the NFL season, it's gonna be a great season. It's gonna be a superb season, and for all NFL fans, usually it's very enjoyable. But leaving it here, back just to let you know, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Talk Extra. Look forward to that. This will be uploaded onto YouTube very, very shortly. And we will see you guys you'll see me again on Thursday night on Talk Live at 8 p.m. where we have another topic for you. We are contending with a few other topics right now. We'll keep that under wraps until maybe earlier on this week, until Tuesday. We will reveal it then, letting everybody know what we'll be discussing on Thursday night. So, looking forward to that. Hope you have a great rest of the day. It looks like, in Toronto, the rain is finally moved off east. And we've had our little dusting for the plants. We definitely need it. The grass definitely needs it. And I hope you have a great late summer's day. Again, TIFF final day. TIFF is final day. We were going to discuss TIFF. Yes, that would have been a good discussion point. Yes. Maybe next week. Next week we'll discuss TIFF and what movies came out of those. Yes, indeed. I'll write that down. Let's see. TIFF TIFF outcomes. That's it. I think we'll discuss TIFF outcomes next week here on Talk Extra. We're going to discuss some of the films that actually made waves at TIFF this year and what you have to look out for Oscar season. So we'll discuss that next week on Talk Extra. I think they'll do that. Yes, indeed. So, but today was an NFL day, and hope you enjoyed the show, and we will get back to you. I will be back to you on Thursday night on Talk Live, and my partner Goldrenarm will be back for Talk Extra Tuesday night, but we'll be back together, Talk Live, Thursday, 8 p.m. All right, so we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll speak to you soon. Peace.